it was indeed telling me to kill him, and I was so fucking terrified.
I solemnly swear, I pledge allegiance to the fucking rule. Get your motherfucking money right, paper platoon. Swap that threat, paper platoon. I said it's paper platoon. Swap that threat, it's paper platoon, we get this money. My brother, I do hope that you're in heaven, smiling down on our mother. I'ma walk, I'ma march, I'ma bleed, I'ma sport, I'ma trap until I die, I'ma rap until I die. Forgive me, God, for I have seen.
I'm at liberty, but I'm not free. How can one be normal after such shit? It's unbelievable. It's totally fucking insane. Watch further. Hi, I'm Matrix, I'm 33, I'm from Poland. And I spent 3.5 years in prison in deep psychosis. This is what it was like. I share this with you to let you know that your rock bottom is not rock bottom, and that there is a reason to fight for your life. I told myself literally 70 times a day for 1000 days that I will not surrender. And if they asked me if I want a suicide, I would do it right away, but there was no way. So what psychosis really is? Psychosis is a state in which you don't control your mind, but your mind controls you entirely and fully. And in psychosis, the reality doesn't disappear, it turns against you. You interpret every environmental thing like sounds or your own thoughts against yourself. It's an enemy outside and within. Once I was at prison mental hospital for 2 months, and one time I was shouting, I have an enemy in my head. And after, I got for 2 weeks, twice a day Relanium to my ass in injections. So what psychosis felt like? It felt completely perfectly normal. It felt that every piece and every bit of my mind functions properly. I had those 5-second insights every month that I might be in prison and that something might be off with my mind. But I was telling myself, no, I'm not in prison. It's okay. So about my illness, what are my symptoms? I have permanent narration in my head, something is talking all the time, I think it's my own thoughts, but psychiatrists comment on it as voices and stuff. It's not different voices, that's just my own thoughts, but they are vastly undisciplined, man. They are all the time talking about what I feel, what I see, what I think and stuff. As well, I was in deep delusions for 8 years. The one part of my brain believes something, and the second part of my brain believes something contradictory, and 2 contradictory statements exist within one mind. And I have the delusions that every thought that you're thinking stays forever with the emotion that you're feeling at the moment of thinking the thought. So I was all the time doing, like I was calling it, recording, like I was trying to put the right emotion to the right thought all the time, so it stays like I want it to stay. And it is very stressful, it is very OCD heavy, and brings a lot of fucking pain to my life, to my thinking. And my thinking, because of this, is so disorganized, like I have a complete thinking form disorder. Also, I believe that I'm remembering everything, so I had to be really picky on what I think about what, and put the right emotions to it and stuff. It required a lot of my attention and focus, and actually it was this thing called emotion deflecting. It means that I was doing it all the time, now I still sometimes do it, but deflecting emotions mean that an emotion emerges inside of my mind, and I put to work insane inner tension, so heavy and so strong that I not feel the emotion that is about to come, into my mind. And I was deflecting emotions all the time throughout the 8 years of delusions, and deflecting emotion really hurts, man, like physical pain and stuff. And I deflected 100% emotions throughout my 1275 days. I deflected every and each one of them. It's fucking, I don't know how I did it, it's fucking insane, and it hurts. And in prison conditions, it worsens like 10 times or 15 times, something like this, man. Because prison conditions are really stressful. The prison is actually a very loud and noisy place. I was deflecting the emotions for them not to stay with the thoughts that I'm currently thinking forever. So I was deflecting each and every one of them because I didn't want it to stay permanently, emotionally thought. It's the core of my illness, like this delusion. And I believed like for 8 years that emotions are totally detrimental and hostile for me. So I from deep immense fear and anxiety, I built this the system inside of my head, and it built itself in part as well. And it's a very painful and very restraining system. I hate it. I try to get out of it. So I went out of prison, but I'm still in prison because I cannot get out of the system that is in my head. It's insane, man. I came to liberty and nothing changed. I also have this what psychiatrists call magical thinking. To my mind, it appears true that I can influence outside events with my own thoughts, with my thinking, and with my mind. That I can influence how it will go, The situation will go this way or this way or this way, depending on what and how I think. It's magical thinking, man. All the time I have it, and I'm relating the illness is shitty to the point that I'm relating so much stuff to myself. I, for example, hear on the radio something and I relate it to myself, or see something on TV and relate it to myself. Read something related to myself that's about me, that they want me to feel undermined, and they want to put me down and stuff. And I have intense and immense OCD. I'm taking 3 medications for OCD alone, man. 3 medications for OCD. My OCD is through the fucking roof. And what's actually interesting, everyone with OCD puts things perfectly. I put everything imperfectly. What I mean is not perfectly. Everything in my room is put not perfectly, man. I have it like this because when it's perfectly put, I start to feel emotions and I cannot feel them because of the delusions and stuff. Is this? And how was the prison with this state of mind? Man, it was horror. It was fucking terrific. The pain and the psychosis was so much that every day was a fucking horror movie, man. And the shoutings, the noisiness of the place, and 0 door handle, and the small room, very small room, man. And feeling the constant threat from the guard that they can enter my room, and then in any point in time I can do nothing about it. And depending on what cell I was, big or small, the small cells fuck your brain and your mind, but are better than the bigger one, because in the bigger one there is more people, and people have tattooed on their hands. Empathy is a crime and all this stuff, and are very hostile towards you and want to put you down, want the worst for you. I was abused in prison as well, I was, they were just abusing me because I was too weak to stand against them. And I mean the inmates and stuff, Once I remember I was on a 2-person cell with some grandpa. He was stinking really badly because probably had something with his liver from alcohol. He was stinking really badly, and the narration in my head and the thoughts, you know. The narration in my head was all the time telling me to kill his guy, and it was indeed telling me to kill him, and I was so fucking terrified. I was so fucking absolutely scared, man, about the thoughts being there and this, all this stuff, you know. I didn't do any harm to anyone in prison, or I didn't do anything bad in prison and stuff, but the sole fact, the alone fact that the thoughts were there, man, it was terrifying me so much, and it was such a fucking horror, man. And it was the ending of my sentence as well, so the stress was doubled because I don't know, the ending was the worst and the beginning was the worst as well, man, by far. This is the moment I was on rock fucking bottom, and I want you to understand and to know that what you call rock bottom is not really rock bottom, man. You can get out of any shit. As you see, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm 4 years already at liberty, and I'm trying with my psychiatrist and therapist to fix my mind and to make the life worth living again. What helped me survive was pure endurance and goals outside of prison. For example, mastering many spoken languages. I'm conversational in 7, and I am a champion of Poland in sport pistol from the 2009 year. Also, I'm a hacker. And if we talk about the aftermath after prison, man, I still am like 30% in a dream at all times. I still don't have a sense of reality, and I have still a huge and deep the realization, the personalization and stuff, and I'm trying to fix it all, man. I love video games, I even stream them, I love gaming, but I can feel any emotions because all the system in my head was, its goal was to actually make me not feel. So I'm trying to make a reverse effect at the moment, but it's instantly terribly hard to feel anything, man, even pleasure from my favorite games and stuff. It's insane. If you want to observe my path and journey, how I develop and how I get out of this terrible shit, I invite you to follow this channel and comment, you know. I love when you guys are putting some positive input and bringing me up and cheering me up, you know. So I know there are gonna be haters and stuff, but I expect support. And if you want to see how I develop throughout the days, months and years, follow the channel, and I'll be posting more stuff from my life, and I will be posting stuff as well about motivational content and like prison content and like learning languages content, all this stuff. You've been invited to follow, subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm rooting for you, as I was rooting for myself for 1275 days, but I survived and I did. Success is forged sometimes in pain, but the result and the outcome is worth it, man, and I say it. Thank you so much, good luck on your journey, and I'll be posting mine. See you around on another video. Yo, homie.